Hi, EPC family. I'm back, and we're looking at the first point when we look at this passage by Jesus in the Sermon on the Mount. Jesus is talking about. He starts out saying, "Don't store up for yourself wealth here on earth, where it can be corrupted or somebody can steal it, but instead store up for yourself wealth in heaven." Now, a good way to think of that is, in our terms, is don't spend all your energy on putting money in the bank, where it could be stolen or where something could happen to it in the investment market. But instead, pour yourself into laying up treasures for yourself in heaven. It's interesting that Jesus appeals to our sense of our own reward. He cares about us being rewarded here. He's just telling us, I think I talked about this in the summer one time, about he wants us to be rich toward God. So instead of pouring ourselves into our wealth, accumulating things or things here. So what I entitled these thoughts, Where Do You Invest? So investing it's a word that goes way back, and it has to do with vestments, clothing. And originally, like if you had a lot of money and you didn't want to just keep it in the form of coins or bills or gold, you could buy things and your wealth was in a different form. You put different clothing on your wealth. You might have bought a lot of cows, or you might have bought a lot of land. And instead of having your money in a bank back then or hidden in your house somewhere, it was reclothed, it was invested in something else. It took on different clothing. And later that word came to mean what we think of it today as putting money into something, either the bank where it earns interest and it gains more, or investing in a business where it gains more money, so it takes on new clothes and it grows. So let's think about where we as Christians invest our time and energy. Jesus is saying, invest in heaven more than you invest in things here on earth. Let's also look at that passage a little bit later that seems to be on the same topic on verse 24. No one can serve two masters, he says, for either you will hate the one and love the other, or be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and money. Well, here again, Jesus is talking about where you invest your time, your heart, your love, your energy, your thought life. Where do you invest yourself, your inner self? This whole Sermon on the Mount has been, as I've been arguing, about matters of the heart, about being transformed from the inside out. Jesus is really interested in our psychology, our mind, our feelings, our will, the inner motivations of our actions. He's interested in what's inside us, the heart of us, spirit, soul, all that stuff together is the inner reality of a human being. Remember, he said later in the Sermon on the Mount, it's not what you put into your mouth that defiles you, it's what comes out of you in your language and what you express, the stuff that comes out of your inner person. That can show a defilement. So Jesus is interested in what is in us, what we truly invest ourselves in. So that's what we're going to be continuing to look at a little more depth here. Look at the different ways he comes at that in this passage. I am going to stop this video at this point and take a signature sip of my wonderful tea here, and I'll see you in the next installment, my second point.